Judgment is the thing that keeps the separation going. And separation is where we suffer. So it's a very simple law of physics. If you judge, you will suffer. And Jesus said that too, judge that ye be not judged, right? If you judge someone, you're going to suffer. And people are taught that in the traditional Christian church, not to judge, but they think their mind is private. They think that all of the judgmental thoughts they have about Donald Trump or cryptocurrency or their own body, whichever, it doesn't matter what you're judging, it doesn't matter. They do not understand that when you're judging, you are separating and therefore you will suffer. And that in not judging, you will not lose anything, you will gain. But the way the ego works, it says to you, if you don't judge this person, you're going to lose. If you don't judge this person's going to walk all over you. If you don't judge your body, you are going to get fatter. Whatever it is, it always tells you that if you don't judge, you are going to lose. And so when Jesus through the Course tells you to stop judging, every single thing you've ever thought and been taught is the opposite of that. We've been taught the opposite of that you should judge. And so whether it's you're in a religion where you're judging other religions, where you're a certain sex and you're judging the opposite sex, where you're poor and you're judging rich people, you're beautiful and you're judging ugly people, it doesn't matter. And this is the thing, everyone will have their subject, right? They cannot be judgmental about certain things, but when you get the subject, that's your idol, you will not want to stop judging. And that's the place I got to. That one place, that one person, that one thing that I couldn't seem to let go of, that was what I decided to tackle full on for 6 months. And that's what led to, I believe, that's what led to the Kundalini awakening.
Do you think that was prearranged? That you and this person had a soul contract?
Yeah, I
she
think
was
so.
going to be your
Yeah.
teacher.
I think so. The relationship it was my sister, actually, a younger sister. And our relationship was troubled and combative right from the beginning. And it's neither of our faults, I don't think. I think we came in, and how ironic that she was the one that bought the course for me that day. And when she threw it on my lap, that was the sister. And it's been an ongoing challenge for many years. And I truly believe that the person that you hate, the person that is the difficult one for you, is the biggest gift that you've been given, because they're the one that make you suffer. And they're the one that will get on your nerves so much that you end up being willing to forgive them just to get them out of your head.
Wow.
Because they live in your head. That's how you know you have a resentment. They're taking up space in your mind all the time. And when they show up in your mind, and this was something that was shown to me a few years ago about this particular relationship, and I think it's a valuable teaching opportunity here, is that the person, I would accuse this person of being very vain. They were very beautiful and used that to get what they wanted in the world. And I was driving back from Arizona, and this person was in my mind. And I was so annoyed. I'd been doing years and years of forgiveness practice, and there they are popping up in my mind again. And I remember yelling at Jesus for about an hour in my car. I was so mad. I was like, you have to show me what I'm getting out of this. And I think I asked the right question finally. You have to show me what my ego is getting out of this. And about 2 days later, I got a download of information. And when I say I yelled at Jesus for an hour, every ounce of me was praying and yelling like, you've got to help me here. I can't do this anymore. And I was shown that every time I had a hateful thought about my body or my appearance, this person would show up in my mind. They were the symbol of vanity that my consciousness had created. It was sort of like a personification of somebody who's obsessed with their appearance and uses it. And so I was born into a vain family where beauty was more important than everything. And so the setup for me was to heal my vanity, my constant judgment of myself. That's who I attacked. I would attack myself, physically attack myself. And so I was shown this 2 days after I had this sort of anger episode, that it was as soon as I had a hateful thought, it would create the image of the person who I blamed. And to this day, it's gone now because I've trained my mind now. That was Jesus' way of helping me see that the scapegoat that I had created was hiding from me my self-hatred. That's what this person in my mind was doing. So it's a perfect representation of projection, right? The Course talks about projection, that we project onto someone else something that we do not accept about ourselves. And so I was projecting my vanity onto this person. And once I was shown, because I asked the right question, show me what my ego's getting out of this, then I got to see, oh, every time I judge my body or judge my age or my hair or whatever it is, because it's always been physical for me, she would show up in my mind. So I say that to people. If you have someone who pops up into your mind, it could be a wealthy person, could be a politician, it could be a parent. When they show up in your mind, what was the thought you had just before they showed up? And that was how I was shown. I was hiding my own vanity and self-loathing from myself. And that has been a lifelong battle for me, for sure. And so I think the training of the Course, the mind training of the Course, the ability for me to know what I'm thinking, which is really what the Course trains us to do, right? Through these lessons and through these disciplines, it shows us what we're thinking. And once we get trained in that, we realize that if you have certain thoughts, you get certain feelings if you believe them. And so that was what I saw, is that when I had a self-loathing thought, my mind, my ego would project it onto someone else so that I didn't heal that part of myself. And this is how the separation is perpetuated. We blame others. So